The clock on the wall was ticking too slow, a pulse of the evening we both had to know. The lamp cast a shadow, but a yellow glow that carved out the space where the silence would grow. You held the cup with the chip on the rim, the one that I dropped and you glued back in. 3 sips you took, I counted each one. 3 final gestures before you were done. I was watching the crack on the ceiling above, counting the lines like a fool in love. The curtains were drawn, but the light still crept through. The last night we spoke, I memorized you. The last night we spoke, every word in each pause. The weight of the silence that held us in claws. The way you said we, but you meant only I. The way you looked down when you started to cry. I took it all in, I locked it in bone. The last night we spoke, I'm still not alone. You said we need to talk, and you paused in the space between vows. Our whole world was lost. I noticed a thread on the sleeve of your shirt, a loose one I wanted to pull from the dirt. You played with the sugar, you stirred it too long. A nervous mechanic of saying what's wrong. The spoon at the ceramic, a note in G, a sound that will haunt me eternally. I wanted to reach and I wanted to stay, but my hand wouldn't move, it just faded away. The car outside passed its headlights on us, a second of white that we didn't discuss. The last night we spoke, the words and the bleed, the weight of the want and the weight of the need. You said I'm not happy, like it was the weather, a casual fact that we couldn't put together. I sat in the chair, I held my own hand. The last night we spoke, I started to understand. How can a room hold so much and so little at once? A table, 2 chairs, a collection of wants. The book on the shelf that you bought me in spring will never be opened, will never mean anything. The night stretched itself like a tired accordion. Between each of your words was a canyon of boredom. I watched you retreat to a place in your head where I couldn't follow, where I was already dead. You finished your tea, you placed the cup down, the final announcement without any sound. And then you sat still, and I sat too, just breathing the air that was thinning into. Later that night, when the house fell asleep, I lay in the dark and I promised to keep every detail, every tick, every shift of your eyes. The way you said goodbye without the surprise. The last night we spoke, it replays in my spine. The words on the surface, the depths in the line. You said what you said, I heard what I heard. The gap between knowing and speaking was blurred. I still hear the clock, I still see the light. The last night we spoke was the last night we tried. I count the seconds between every breath. I measure the distance from love to what's left. The tea is long cold, the cup is still there, a monument parked in the kitchen chair. The last night we spoke was not loud or grand. It was quiet as water and soft as sand. And I play it again when the night gets still. The last night we spoke, I'm living there still, still, still there. Still there. cartographer knows the valleys and ridges where the warm river flows. Your shoulder blades rose like two gentle hills, where I'd rest my cheek when the world gave me chills. The dip in your spine, a trail like a trace, with the pads of my fingers, with my own hidden face. I drew maps on your skin with my breath in the night, a cartography made of perpetual light. The latitude of your left shoulder bone, the longitude of the place I called home. I memorized you in the dark of the room, a body of secrets that I could consume. The geography of your back, I still draw it tonight on the sheets that are cold on the edge of the light. My fingers move blind like a pen without ink, mapping a country that no longer thinks. Your shoulder, your spine, the curve of your waist, a continent lost in the minutes I waste. I used to write my name with a fingertip there, a cursive possession, a mark that was fair. You'd shiver and laugh and say, that tickles, and I'd keep on writing or practicing riddles. Now I write in the air, a ghost of a pen, the shape of your back again and again. No ink, no response, no quiver or sigh, just the memory's muscle, the ghost of the eye. I close my eyes now and I see every bone, the architecture of where I've outgrown. But I'm still walking the halls of your spine, a tourist in grief at the end of the line. The geography of your back is a room I can't leave, a museum of touch that I still believe. I run my hand down the flat of the bed, searching for hills that are already dead. Your shoulder, your spine, the curve of your head, a map that dissolves at the tip of my trip. What does it mean to know someone's body by heart, to know every muscle, each intimate part, and then to be left with the knowledge alone, a language you speak in the dark on your own? Is it a gift or a curse that I hold? This map of your back that will never grow old. Sometimes I think I can feel you still breathe, the rise of your ribs when you started to leave. But it's just the wind from the window ajar, a trick of the night, a meteor scar. I press my palm flat where you used to lay, and wait for the heat that is long gone away. But nothing returns, just the cold of the sheet, a geography lesson that's no longer sweet. I could travel the world and see every shore, but the map on my fingers I can't ignore. Every new city, every new face is measured against the same old place. Your back, my country, my only domain. I draw it in darkness, I draw it in rain. The geography of your back, I still trace the lines, a habit of touch that my body defines. I trace it again when the night is too long, a map that I'll sing when the silence is strong. Your shoulder, your spine, the curve of your waist, a language of love I can't seem to replace. My fingers continue their phantom patrol, mapping the skin that I once used to hold. No one my hands have to say. The geography fades, but it never goes gray. Fade, fade, fade. Fade, fade. The year we lost the season, the spring never came. The bulbs stayed asleep, the rain stayed the same. We walked through the park without seeing the green, too busy unraveling the knots in between. The cherry trees bloomed, but we didn't see. Our eyes were too full of the others' debris. The pollen fell soft on the hood of your car, but we didn't notice we traveled too far. We were living in our own climate of doubt. The weather we built, we were the only ones out. The sun in the sky had no hold on our skin. We created a season that was wearing us thin. The year we lost the season, we forgot how to change. Summer felt winter, winter felt strange. We lived in a loop of the same afternoon, a room without windows, a perpetual moon. The seasons went on, but we stayed in the gray. The year we lost the season, we gave it away. The year we lost the season, the summer was wild. We walked through the storms with the eyes of a child. The rain soaked our shoes, we didn't go in. We stood in the downpour and started again. The heat of the city was heavy and thick, but we felt nothing, our skin was too sick. The air conditioner broke, we left it unfixed. Just slept through the nights with our hearts in a mix. July was a blur of the ceiling fan spin, a lazy rotation of where we had been. The watermelon rotted on the kitchen shelf. We lost our ability to feed ourselves. The year we lost the season, we forgot how to change. Summer felt winter, winter felt strange. We lived in a loop of the same afternoon, a room without windows, a perpetual moon. The seasons went on, but we stayed in the gray. The year we lost the season, we gave it away. The year we lost the season, the autumn leaves stayed on the branches, unwilling to greet the decay. We waited for gold, but it stayed in the green, a stubborn refusal of what we'd have been. You said, I don't need to see the trees fall, I've seen enough of the end of it all. So we walked through the forest of permanent green, the most beautiful prison that I've ever seen. What does it mean to live out of time, to walk through the months with a broken design? The calendar turned, but we never turned with it. We stayed in the hour, we thought we could fix it. A season, this love in a year that was wrong, the most beautiful stillness I've ever belonged. The year we lost the season, the winter was slow, the heater was broken, we had nowhere to go. We wrapped in one blanket, we didn't feel the chill. Our bodies were warm, but our hands were so still. The snow on the window built up in a ridge. We watched it collect like a half-built bridge. We never went out, we never came, and we just stayed inside where the seasons begin. Outside the world was a regular clock, but we were suspended a microscopic block. Every season passed, but we didn't attend. We were grieving a love that refused to descend. The year we lost the season, we forgot how to change. The summer felt winter, winter felt strange. We lived in a loop of the same afternoon, a room without windows, a perpetual moon. The seasons went on, but we stayed in the gray. The year we lost the season, we gave it away. Now the seasons have come back, I feel them again. The spring is in bloom, the summer is 10. But I walk through the flowers with a hole in my chest, because the year we lost the season was the year we were blessed and cursed at the same time. A beautiful mess. I miss the confusion, I miss the distress, because in that lost year you were still by my side. And even the prison can feel like a bride. The year we lost the season, I still smell the air, the rain, the burnt toast, the permanent stare. I carry that year in the back of my throat, a seasonless coat that I still wear afloat. Float, float. The bed that swallowed us is still in the room, a mouth of white sheets that devoured the gloom. It saw us in pieces, it saw us in whole. It watched as we crawled to the edge of the soul. The mattress remembers the weight of your head, the curve of your spine on the nights that we bled. The blankets are worn where you pull them too tight, a fabric geography of the fight. We built a kingdom of pillows and sighs, a fortress of comfort where truth was a lie. The bed was a witness, a silent third guest. It knew all our secrets and gave us no rest. The bed that swallowed us, I sleep on it now, a solo performance of breaking the vow. The sheets are still tangled where your feet went, the pillows are stained with the ink that you spent. I lay in the middle and I spread out my arms. The bed used to hold us, now it just harms. But I can't leave, I can't change the scene. The bed that swallowed us is still where I've been. The spring on your side has a permanent dip, a crater of comfort I can't overtip. I rest my hand there when I can't fall asleep, hoping your ghost will decide I should keep. The line down the middle that we never crossed became a division, became a lost cause. You'd stay on your island, I'd stay on mine, two bodies refusing to cross the line. What does it mean to share a bed but not a soul, to lie side by side but be less than whole? The mattress was big enough for both of our doubts, but not big enough for what we were about. I remember the night you rolled to my side. You'd had a nightmare you needed to hide. I held you so close that I felt every bone. I thought it was fixed, but I was alone. The morning came bright and you pulled away. The distance returned by the light of the day, a pattern of warmth and then cold again. The bed was our lover, the bed was our sin. We carved out our territories left and right, a border of blankets in the middle of the night. No man's land in the center, a foot and a half of space that became our epitaph. The bed that swallowed us, I sleep on it now, a solo performer who's forgotten how to share a temperature, share a hum. The bed just holds one, the bed has become a tomb of the moments we used to have, a museum was there, but the heat was gone. The swallow had finished. The bed had moved on. Now I lay awake, counting the springs, the old silver coil that no longer sings. I press my ear to the mattress and wait for the sound of a heart that I used to relate. But the bed is gone, silent, the teeth are all bare. It swallowed us both and it gave us despair. But I'm still the one that it hasn't let go. It feeds on my breath and it swallows me slow. The bed that swallowed us, I sleep on it still. A lifeline of fabric against my own will. The sheets are all faded, the pillows are flat. The bed is a mirror of what I was at. I lay in the middle and I look to the side. The empty is wider, the empty is wide. And I can't leave, I can't change the scene. The bed that swallowed us is still where I've been. The bed breathes at night in a dusty accord, a lung of the past where I can't afford to close my eyes and just let it be. The swallow continues, it's swallowing me. Swallow, swallow, fade, swallow, fade. Swallow, fade. The kitchen at 3 a.m. is the only place left where the world stops pretending and drops all the theft. The fridge hums a note in the key of F sharp. A broken musician with a permanent harps. The tap is a clock that never needs winding. A drip in the night that keeps me from finding anything good in the silence it makes. Just water and time, just cold and its aches. The light in the fridge is the only blue glow that makes me look older, that makes me know the hours are passing and I'm still the same. A ghost in the kitchen, a forgotten flame. The kitchen at 3 a.m. I stand at the sink, staring at nothing, I don't need to think. The kettle is cold, the cups are all clean. The cleanest disaster I've ever seen. The linoleum floor holds my bare feet so still. A station of grief in a house without will. I turn to the table, 2 chairs are still there. The kitchen at 3 a.m. Nobody cares. I open the cupboard, the plates are all stacked. The one with the chip is the one that you cracked. I remember the evening, the sound of the fall. You said it's just China, but I loved it all. I glued it together with trembling hands. The crack is the record of where we did stand. Now it sits with the others, but I know it's scarred. The map of the kitchen, the map of who we are. The window is dark, but the streetlight leaks in. A yellow intrusion on the white of the bin. I see my reflection, ghost in the glass. A figure of someone who doesn't quite last. The kitchen at 3 a.m. I pour out a glass, not of water, but memory of what used to pass. You sat in that chair with your elbows on wood. You laughed at a joke that I didn't quite catch, but I laughed along because that's what you do. When you love someone, you laugh and you chew. The silence that follows the teeth on the glass. The kitchen at 3 a.m. The time always passes so slow. What is it about the night in a room? A table, a kettle, the edge of a broom that holds the whole world in a microscopic space. The kitchen at 3 a.m. The face of the place is the face of the loss, is the face of the love that I still can't let go, that I still think of when I stand at the sink in the pale of the light and wait for the morning to give me the night. I found an old receipt stuck to the fridge, a date from the year when we lived on a bridge between who we were and who we would be. The grocery list is a document of wheat, milk, eggs, and bread, and a note that said call. I never called, I just stared at the scrawl. Your handwriting tilts at a pleasant degree, a slant of your heart that still speaks to me. I should go back to bed, but the bed is too big, too empty, too white, like a figureless fig. The kitchen is smaller, it holds me just right, a room made of absence, of day and of night. I pull up a chair, I sit on my own. The chair that you used to sit on is stone. The kitchen at 3 a.m. I sit and I wait for something to move, for something to break, but nothing moves and nothing breaks. The clock of the tap is all that it makes. A drip and the drip and the hum of the light. The kitchen at 3 a.m. is the height of the fight, to stay with myself and not disappear. The kitchen at 3 a.m. is where I will stay here. The kettle is cold, but the memory's hot. I sit on my hands, I try to be thought of someone who's whole, who doesn't belong to a kitchen at 3 a.m. Singing this song. The tap goes on, the fridge stays blue. The kitchen is me, and I am it too. 3 a.m. Stay still, still. Stay still. The walk we never finished is still on my mind. The river was silver, the summer was kind. We started at sunset with good intentions, but somewhere between the third and the fourth lamp we bent. We talked about futures, we talked about past. The words were fine, but they didn't last. By the fifth lamp you stopped in your tracks. You said, I don't think we're coming back. I looked at the bridge, it was just ahead, 100 more meters, the words we would have said. But you turned around, your eyes were so still. The walk we never finished, the bend of my will. The walk we never finished, I take it again. On days when the weather is cold in my skin, I pass the 4 lamps, I stop at the 5th. I stand there alone, I look at the rift, 100 more meters to the bridge in the end. But I never cross it, I don't wanna bend. The walk is still open, a wound I can hold. The walk we never finished is never too cold. The first lamp was where we talked to the moon. The second was where we decided too soon. The third was a silence that felt like a hug. The fourth was the sound of a passing bug. And then at the 5th the air became thin. You zipped up your jacket, you pulled your chin, and you said, let's turn back, like it wasn't a choice. And I followed you back with a sinking voice. The river kept flowing, it didn't care less. It watched us retreat from our own address. I wanted to say we can fix this right here, but the words got stuck in the 5th lamp sphere. The walk we never finished, I take it again. On nights when my heart is too heavy to mend, I pass the 4 lamps, I stop at the 5th. I stare at the bridge and I give myself a gift of staying right here, of not moving ahead. The walk is a cemetery of what wasn't said. I don't need the ending, I need the delay. The walk we never finished. I needed to stay. The bridges assemble, the bridges a lie. It's just concrete and steel, it's just a way to get by. But I made it, a monster, a threshold of fear. The walk we never finished is the reason I'm here. What if we crossed it? What would we have found? A version of us on the other side. Ground I'll never know, I'll never walk past. The fifth lamp is the last. I've gone back 100 times, maybe 1,000. Each time alone, each time I'm not trying to find you, but the rhythm of walking, the sound of my feet is the sound of the night that we failed to complete. I talk to the river, I talk to the lamps, I talk to the wind and the street lights. Damn, they never answer, they just flow and glow. The walk is my language, the walk is my home. Sometimes I think I'll walk to the end just to see what the bridge is trying to defend. But every time I get to the fifth lamp's glow, my knees go soft and my speed goes slow. The walk we never finished is my sacred place, a pause in the rhythm, a stuttering grace. The walk we never finished, I'll take it again and I'll take it forever again and again. The fifth lamp is my monument, my private shrine, a piece of the night that is only mine. The bridge is still there, it waits and it gleams, but I'm staying at 5, I'm staying in dreams. The walk we never finished is longer than land. It's the walk I keep walking, the walk I understand. Footsteps on the pavement, a rhythm of one, a walk that was never, a walk that was begun. The river is flowing, the lamps are still bright. The walk goes on endlessly through the night. Walk 5, stay. The coat you left is hanging on the door, a gray wool shell I can't ignore. It brushes my shoulder every time I leave, a casual touch I still believe. The coffee stain on the left sleeve, a brown eclipse I can't retrieve. You wore it in the autumn when the air was thin. Now it waits for you to come back in. I touch the fabric, it's soft from wear. The collar holds the ghost of where you used to tilt your head and smile. The coat is a folder of memories file. The coat you left is still in place, a monument of empty space. It hangs and waits and never moves, a passive lover that I can't lose. I brush against it every day, a ritual greeting, a quiet display of not letting go, of keeping the past. The code is a promise that never will last. I wore it once when the winter came. The sleeves were long, I felt the same. I walked outside in your borrowed skin, a fragile armor from within. The arm swung loose, too long for me, a silhouette of what it used to be. I They turn the collar up to hide my face, a prisoner of this borrowed space. But the scent has faded, the smell is gone. The wool has taken on a different song. It smells of my closet, my cheap perfume. The ghost is leaving. The memory assumes the coat you left is still hanging there, a gray wool tethered to the air. I don't know why I haven't let it go. Maybe I'm scared the loss will show. Maybe I'm waiting for a day to come when you'll take it back, when you'll say you're done with leaving things, with leaving me. The coat is the last thing you'll ever be. I could pack it up, I could send it away, but the post office wants an address, and I don't know where you stay. The irony is bitter, the taste is red. I can't return the coat, I can't put it to bed. So it hangs in the hallway, a witness to time, a piece of you that I've made mine. It's been 2 years and 3 months now. I counted the seasons, I made a vow to keep the coat until the end. A thread of you I might defend, but the fabric thins, the seams are worn, a symbol of a love that's torn. And yet I see it as a friend, a piece of something that didn't end. One day I'll take it to a charity shop and drop it off and let it drop, but not today and not this week. The coat is too quiet, the coat is too meek to face the world without my door. The coat will stay and I'll adore the shadow of the shape you made, a gray wool memory that won't fade. The coat you left is still in place, a monument of empty space. It hangs and waits and never moves, a passive lover that I can't lose. I brush against it every day, a ritual greeting, a quiet display. The coat you left, I'll keep it here. The coat you left is how I'm near. Gray wool, soft and still, a coat that waits, a heart that will not let go, not turn around. The coat you left is solid ground, solid gray stay. Solid gray stay. You tilted your head 15 degrees to the left, a perfect angle of love and theft. The first time I saw it, I stopped in my tracks. I couldn't speak, I couldn't relax. Your eye dropped down, your lashes fell, a curtain of skin, a personal spell. I was caught in the angle, the skew of your gaze, a geometry lesson that left me in daze. I started to see it everywhere, the tilt of the head, the slant of the stare, in paintings and strangers, in art and in film. The angle that made my whole body swim. The angle of your head, 15 degrees, a number that carries the weight of the seas. I measure it now in the faces I pass, a ruler of grief, a protractor of glass. No one hits it comes close. The angle is yours, the angle is toast. I keep it inside like a private degree. The angle of your head, it's all I can see. The second time I saw it, you were questioning me. Your brow was furrowed, you weren't trying to please, but the tilt was the same, the beautiful slant, a shape I could read, a mark that I'd want. You asked, are you okay with that head in the air? And I lied and said yes, but I wasn't there. I was floating inside the geometry womb, a prisoner of angles, a love in the tomb. The third time was the last, I still see it clear. You tilted it sideways, your voice was sincere. You said, I'm so tired, your head hung so low. The 15 degrees was the start of the show. The angle of your head, 15 degrees, a number that carries the weight of the seas. I measure it now in the faces I pass, a ruler of grief, a protractor of glass. No one hits it, no one comes close. The angle is yours, the angle is toast. I keep it inside like a private degree. The angle of your head is all I can see. What is a degree but a measure of bend, a fraction of space that we used to attend? A tilt of the skull, a shift of the bone, a movement that told me I wasn't alone. And now I walk through the world with a tool, a measure of angles, a romantic fool. I eye every head that turns in my way and hold up my ruler and hope they will stay. I saw a woman in line at the store. The way she looked down was a beautiful score. I held my breath, I measured the pitch, but it was 14, a beautiful glitch. I almost cried right there in the queue, because 14 is close, but it isn't you. The decimal points, the infinite slide. The angle of your head is a place I can't hide. I tried to forget, I tried to erase the 15 degree, the tilt of your face, but the numbers have stayed like a song I can't shake, a fraction of you that I can't overtake. The protractor in my chest is always set to the one photograph I can't forget. The angle of your head, 15 degrees, a number that carries the weight of the seas. I measure it now in the faces I pass, a ruler of grief, a protractor of glass. No one hits it, no one comes close. The angle is yours, the angle is toast. I keep it inside like a private degree. The angle of your head, it's all I can see. 15 degrees, I'll see you in sleep, in the tilt of the moon, in the slope of the deep. Your head was a compass, your head was a key. 15 degrees is where I'll always be. 15 degrees, fade, fade. The day we ran out of things to say wasn't loud, it just got gray. We sat on the couch, the TV was on, a documentary about a place I'd be gone. The ocean was blue on the screen, a dream, but we weren't watching, we were upstream in a current of nothing, adrift of the air. The day we ran out of things to share. You got up slowly, you walked to the sink. You poured a glass of water, you didn't think. You placed it on the table, untouched and still. A glass of something that broke our will. The day we ran out of things to say is the day I remember in a specific way. Not with a bang or a scream or a cry, just the silence that filled up the sky. You said goodnight like it was a chore, and I said it back, I couldn't do more. The TV kept talking about the deep blue. The day we ran out of things to do. The morning came with a normal light. We said good morning and we started the fight of trying to find something new to discuss. But the well was dry and we just made a fuss about the toast, about the jam, about the silence we tried to cram into sentences that held no weight. The day we ran out of the dream state. You looked at me from across the table. You were so far, a ghost in a fable. You said, are you okay? And I said, yes. The shortest answer in the princess dress. The day we ran out of things to say is the day I remember in a specific way. Not with a bang or a scream or a cry, just the silence that filled up the sky. You said goodnight like it was a chore, and I said it back, I couldn't do more. The TV kept talking about the deep blue. The day we ran out of things to do. We used to talk about everything and nothing. The stars, the rain, the seasonal bluff. And now we talk about bread and the price of the gas. The depth has gone, the layers have passed. I looked at your eyes, I tried to find the person who used to live in my mind. But the eyes were tired, the light was gone. The day we ran out of things to talk on. That night we lay in the bed in the dark, two bodies apart, a missing spark. I said your name like a question mark, but you didn't answer, you gone to the park. In your head, a place I couldn't go. The day we ran out of words, the flow became a trickle, a drip, a dry. The day we ran out of the why. I wish I could remember the last real thing, the last true word that made my ears ring. But it's so static, a radio lost, a signal we couldn't afford to exhaust. The day we ran out of things to say was not the end, but the end's display. The day we ran out of things to say is the day I remember in a specific way. Not with a bang or a scream or a cry, just the silence that filled up the sky. Said goodnight like it was a chore, and I said it back, I couldn't do more. The TV kept talking about the deep blue. The day we ran out of things to do. The water is still on the table, a glass of goodbye, a permanent fable. The TV flickers, the blue is the same. The day we ran out of things to name. The static and silence, silence, gray. Stay. The day we ran out the things to say wasn't loud, it just got gray. We sat on the couch, the TV was on, a documentary about a place I'd be gone. The ocean was blue on the screen, a dream, but we weren't watching. We were upstream in a current of nothing, adrift of the air. The day we ran out of got up slowly, you walked to the sink. You poured a glass of water, you didn't think. You placed it on the table, untouched and still. A glass of something that broke our will. The day we ran out of things to say is the day I remember in a specific way. Not with a bang or a scream or a cry, just the silence that filled up the sky. You said goodnight like it was a chore, and I said it back. I couldn't do more. The TV kept talking about the deep blue. The day we ran out of things to do. The morning came with the normal light. We said good morning and we started the fight of trying to find something new to discuss, but the well was dry and we just made a fuss. About the toast, about the jam, about the silence we tried to cram into sentences that held no weight. The day we ran out of dream state. You looked at me from across the table. You were so far, a ghost in a fable. You said, are you okay? And I said yes. The shortest answer in the princess dress. The day we ran out of things to say is the day I remember in a specific way. Not with a bang or a scream or a cry, just the silence that filled up the sky. You said goodnight like it was a chore, and I said it back. I couldn't do more. The TV kept talking about the deep blue. The day we ran out of things to do. The morning came with a normal light. We said good morning and we started the fight of trying to find something new to discuss, but the well was dry and we just made a fuss about the toast, about the jam. The rain stopped sometime around 4 a.m. I heard the last drop, I felt the end begin. I lay in the dark and I listened to quiet, the hush of the world after the riot. The clouds had been heavy, the sky had been gray, but something was shifting the end of the play. I closed my eyes, I didn't sleep. I just let the silence over me creep. The morning came with a different light, a pale yellow glow that was featherlight. I sat up slow, I felt the air, a newness I didn't dare to wear. The morning after the last rain, the sky is so clean, it's almost a stain, a blue I've never seen before, a door that I can't lock anymore. I walk to the window, I pull the drape. The street is washed, the street is my shape. The morning after the last rain is the first morning I don't feel the pain. The pavement was wet, a mirror of cloud. The trees were dripping, the leaves were loud with the sound of the water leaving the world. A universe of droplets swirled. I stepped outside in my bare feet. The concrete was cool, a half-buried beat. I walked to the corner, I saw the street cleaner than it had ever been, sweet. The air smelled of soil and something new, a fragrance of letting go, a residue of the storm that passed, the weight that fled. The morning after the last rain first morning I don't feel the pain. Started to stay. I saw a child with a puddle and stick. She laughed at the water, a simple trick. The reflection of clouds in the shallow pool. A world that was fragile, a world that was cool. I thought about you, I thought about us, but the thought didn't burn, it was just a soft dust. A memory that had been washed in the tide. The morning after the last rain, I let it slide. I walked to the bridge we never crossed, the one that we lost, the one that we tossed. I stepped on the first plank, I held my breath. I expected a panic, a fear of death, but the bridge was just wood, the water was low. I crossed it in 10 steps, steady and slow. The other side looked just the same. The morning after the last rain was a new name. The morning after the last rain, the sky is so clean, it's almost a stain, a blue I've never seen before, a door that I can't lock anymore. I walk to the window, I pull the drape. The street is washed, the street is my shape. The morning after the last rain is the first morning I don't feel the pain. I stood on the other side and I looked back. The house was smaller, the roof was black. The rain had passed, the sun was tall. The morning after the last rain, I stood and I saw myself in the window, a shadow of light, a person who made it through the night. The rain was over, the air was new. The morning after the last rain,